Hey!
Hey!
Welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshanna.
And Marnie. I usually say hi.
Oh yeah, you do say hi, yeah. Okay, one more time.
No, let's keep it. I mean, it's not going to kill anyone.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you do say yeah. I'm always like, hey, hi. Yeah, me too.
I was like, as soon as I said hey, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
That sounds...
You know what? You know us.
I like hi over hey.
What's
Like, hey always feels to me like, we were just talking about you.
No.
Oh my God.
No, usually like hi is like formal. Hey is like we're friends. Or we chat.
Okay.
Or we've been chatting, so I can now say hey.
I like, hello?
No, hello is a bit too formal.
Hello?
Well, it depends. Like, I'm talking about hi / hey in a email or a message, like text message type of thing.
No, I mix up all the time. Sometimes if it's a friend, I say, hello, friend.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Sometimes I do a hi. I never do a hey, actually. I told you, I'm just not a hey person.
Oh, I'm a hey with many Y's.
In an email?
Not in an email, no, in an email. Message. Text message only. It is usually like...
I do haze in emails, actually.
Yeah, I do.
No, I do haze in text. That's the only time I use hey.
Yeah,
like,
I do
hey,
haze.
I can't come out tonight.
That's not that. I don't do that.
I'm
yeah.
sick.
No. What in the mean girls is going on? Oh, I do. I'm trying to think. In email, it's usually hi. Then hey is I never initiated hey. The hey has to come from the other person. You know what I mean? Even in my text message, like for you guys, I'll be like hey with multiple Y's.
Okay.
But if I'm talking to like, I'm trying to think, someone who, I'm trying to think who I'll be messaging.
You're starting a new message with someone you met them at the gym.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, so and so.
Ooh.
Actually, no, sorry. Girl or guy? Girl, it'd be hey.
What if it was a guy?
Hi.
Why are you differentiating? Why are you lowering your voice for the boy as well?
Because
let me just establish my dominance in the situation.
Yeah, no, I just want you to know that
we're two equals.
No, hey is like, oh my gosh, hey girl.
And why can't the boy go, hey?
No,
why can't we be
because
sweet to
I
boys?
don't want you to know. I don't want you to think anything. I just want to say thank you for helping me with my sets at the gym.
Okay, great. I'm going to be at the gym. I'm usually there on a Thursday and a Tuesday if you need any more help.
Sounds great! Exclamation point. No kiss.
Okay.
No smiley face. Nothing.
Okay, we'll see you then.
All right then. Bye.
Oh, so now you're doing
No, wait, sorry. No.
There you do. See, like, yeah, got her.
No. I'll be like, sounds cool. Sounds cool. Sounds great. Question. Exclamation point.
Okay, see you.
Yeah, that's. I don't think I need to respond.
Heart.
No response actually. Oh,
Deleted the heart.
No,
You deleted the message before you could see it.
Thumbs up emoticon on the message.
I'll be wearing the blue. I'll be in a blue jumper.
Thumbs up emoticon on the message. No heart. Absolutely no heart.
Let's get into this.
Because the heart can be misconstrued.
The heart can be misconstrued.
Remember the time before we...
That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, because you know before we got all the other emoticons on the messages, it used to be just heart. Mm-hmm. And that could be lethal.
I never heart stuff. I heart messages because I feel like that's okay. Like if I put a heart on a message, I don't think that person's like, she's in love with me. But I never send a heart emoji.
I've noticed that I think if you... I don't know. I wish actually Apple could do like a emoticon wrapped, so you could see how
you can see it in your most recent. Whenever you go to your most
but
recent,
like you sent 15,000 hearts, but I feel like my heart usage has increased this year.
That's nice
because I feel like I'm expressing more of my like I care heart.
And I imagine you're speaking to less men this year.
It's not going to one single man.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why you've been sending more hearts.
Yeah.
Like, girls only, hearts all the girls. Boys, no, boo, no hearts.
But I wouldn't even heart a guy. If a guy would get a kiss, X. That's how you know I like you. You get an X.
I really don't. I don't be doing the X's, and I won't be doing the X's going forward. We can be fully married for 15 years. I'm still going to sign off blank.
I love you with all my heart. Money.
At Tesco's, saw the chocolate that you like, bought it. X, me. Okay? Thanks. Heart eyes. That's it. Maybe I'll do heart eyes. That's the closest I'm going to get
Oh
to
my
kisses.
gosh, no. Like, yeah, I'm not or have not been in a relationship recently to be able to do that heart or to see the gradation of my heart usage with the opposite sex. Let's just say it would just be X. It will start off with the X. then a heart, then the face with the hearts on top. I'm in love. I'm in woo woo. I'm in love a girl.
I'm never gonna text the actual person that hearts around my face. Are you okay?
No, sorry. You know the heart, the face with the blushing. Oh, I'm a lover girl at that point. And then woo woo, 15,000 hearts.
I'll be sending thirsty face.
Just water.
Thirsty face. Thirsty face.
Wow, you're basically just gonna say I'm gonna send everything that just tells you I'm interested without telling you I'm interested. I love that.
Okay.
Alright, let's get into it.
Should we talk about television first?
Yes. So this episode we are going to be discussing our bops and our flops of this year of 2024. Firstly, Happy New Year, because this is probably going to come out in the new year.
Congratulations.
We survived.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
We did it, guys.
We did it, Joe.
Damn,
well, no,
you guys didn't do it, but
we
we did.
Oh god. Let us not even talk. I mean, if we had to even round up 2024.
Bin emoji.
Bin. Yeah, we had to use an emoji. Bin with fire. Dumpster fire.
The like poison skull and crossbones.
I would say it was dumpster fire, a face emoji, then a cross, because I needed God, with a bit of a muscle.
Okay.
And just peace. I don't know if there's a peace one. A peace.
Mine would have been, I can only describe this as an anime face because that's the only place I've ever seen it, which is the smiling, but with the like one sweat drop.
Yeah.
That was probably my most used emoji all year.
Yeah.
As always, the classic, lots of teeth one.
Yeah, that as well.
That like tense, gritting teeth one.
Yeah, that one as well. Yeah.
And what else have I done? Airplane.
Oh yeah, airplane for you. Yeah.
Airplane and Two Dancing Girls.
Ooh.
Because I feel like just me and my girls is here saving my life.
Oh, that's sweet.
Not the hood rat boy.
Yeah, so I forgot to add the swimming pool, water waves, because your girl's been going to the swimming pool.
Yeah, I wonder why you've been doing that.
Learning the skill, man.
Because you're. Where are you going?
Don't do that. Well, I need to practice my swimming skills because I'm going to South America to practice my swimming.
Yeah.
I
should have known with the swim that you weren't just swimming for hobby. I should have known. This girl's been creeping. In
my defense, I have not gone on holiday. I had not gone on holiday that much in 2024.
Please.
No,
listeners, listen to the classism. I haven't been on holiday that much in 2024.
No, sorry, okay, let me rephrase it. I've only been on holiday once, and the other 2 times was for work. Oh, sorry.
Shoshanna, you realise some people don't go on holiday every year, let alone be going on holiday multiple times a year and being like, but it wasn't as much as I would like.
Let's scratch that all together. Look. It's been a hard year, man.
Yeah.
It's been a hard year, fam.
That.
And, you know, your girl needs to refresh. I'm perfectly honest, I'm going on holiday for my birthday. The last couple of birthdays, apart from the one that I had last year, I really enjoyed it with you guys. But I've not really enjoyed...
Obviously not, because you're not doing it again.
No, we're going to do something when I'm back.
No, because you've obviously decided to go to South America. So
yeah, but I've got. I
just think we should just not bother.
No, I've got a surprise for when I'm back for my birthday. I'm not going to tell you today. I'm not telling you now.
What is it?
No, we'll find out tomorrow.
Why can't you just tell me what it is?
Fine, because I can't tell you everything. I want you to be at least surprised at one point.
I don't like surprises.
No, look, I was practicing my swimming because a girl needed a hobby. Like, that's been a great learning for me. Like, I needed a hobby, and now I get to practice my hobby in the Mediterranean Sea. That's not It's not Mediterranean Sea.
Her hobby before was travelling. So this year she couldn't travel, so she said, I never get swimming so I can prepare for my more travelling. That's what her hobbies are. Her hobbies are getting on a plane.
No, but
getting on a plane is a hobby.
I'll be honest, travelling is not a hobby for the weak. So it's going back to your classism point. Like, you can't. It's not a sustainable hobby all the time.
Of course not.
So that's why I really needed to do a hobby that was a bit closer to home.
Yeah, I love that for you.
So that's the reason why. But now, 2025, we start the year with a hobby that I have really missed.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really missed. But yeah. But, so when you're listening to this, I still will be in England. but maybe the next time I won't.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah. This time, yeah. This one, no. All right. So yeah, what has been our bops and our flops for 2024? Do you want to start?
Rivals are pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I watched a show on Netflix called Culinary Class Wars.
Oh yeah.
It is a cooking competition show. They're obsessed with these Korean competition shows are like 100 contestants all the time. I don't understand.
Physical 100.
Literally, why we need this many people.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Squid Game.
Is it 100 people?
No, but it was like I think it's about the scale of how many people.
But you're getting rid of like half of them in the first round.
That was the whole that's the intrigue of it. Actually, even there was Dance 100, which is not a Korean show.
Dance 100.
Dance 100 was a great show.
Dance
100 was a great show.
I love
honestly.
Dance 100.
Yeah.
I love dance, so
yeah.
Bring back bloody Dance 100.
Yeah, so that got cancelled.
Wow.
Sorry. Performance was not great.
You guys messed it up.
Yeah.
You guys, lads, go watch Dance 100.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
I liked a show called Under the Bridge that Disney did, which was a true crime story about the murder of Asian American. Oh, I think they were Canadian actually. Asian Canadian. Is that a phrase? Girl.
Yeah.
And that sort of brings all these different characters out of their neighborhood. They're all like kids, and I think it was like the sort of evil that children are capable of.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Thought it was really well acted. Riley Keough was in it, who I very much enjoy.
Okay.
I would recommend. I also really liked One Day.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to like it so much because I'm not a very sappy, soppy love person.
As we know, you're definitely not in the woo-woo girl / lover girl scale.
No, I'm a black cat, honey. I'm not a godless.
That's it. Golden retriever.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning more about dogs.
Even though she hates them.
No, it's a fear that I'm looking to unlock in 2025. My new hobby
is dogs. My new hobby is dogs. But I liked One Day a lot.
Yeah.
In the end, I really like Ambika Mod. I think I just really like her.
Yeah.
So,
what
Leo Wardle was fine.
Do you know what was he?
Yeah,
he was fine. Do you know what stuff she's?
Chemistry.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep on jumping into you.
No, cut me off. That's going to be one of your hobbies in 2025.
Absolute idiots. Sorry, you continue with what you're saying.
No, great. I'm done.
I was going to say, do you know if Ambika Mod has anything going on?
What in life?
No, in like projects, because I feel like after One Day she kind of just dropped off the face of the earth.
I think it just wasn't. She probably is working. I just wonder if it didn't line up that they were coming out back to back. I mean, she did.
This is going to her.
Yeah,
that was ages
2 years ago.
Yeah,
3 years
that
ago,
was.
so
Yeah,
it's not that weird.
No.
I also really liked Mr. and Mrs. Smith, of course.
Yes. That's on mine as well. Yeah.
Fantastic show, fantastic time. Enjoyed myself. Honestly, might go back and rewatch that over this Christmas holiday just to see if it was as good as I remember it being, and I think it will be.
Yeah.
I really liked a show called Boy Swallows Universe on Netflix as well.
Okay.
Which is about two brothers who decide to help they need to save their mum because she's got into a relationship with a drug dealer, and I think the protagonists being brothers, it just really got me and really made me think about my sibling and how their sibling relationships are so important and what life is like when you're a kid that's forced to grow up very quickly. So I just it really moved me. And there's a sort of magical realism to it as well, which is really fun. I just think it's a really well told story. And then I think my last bop, a bit of a weird bop actually, is Worst Roommate Ever. Not Worst Roommate Ever, Worst. Was it Worst Boyfriend Ever?
Worst Boyfriend Ever, yeah.
That was a goop and a gag.
God, sorry.
That was Worst Ex Ever.
So
there
was
women and men. That hooked. I was hooked, honey. I was hooked.
The way
on the edge of my seat.
Shaking. Honestly,
it was a very good piece of true crime film.
Yeah,
true crime documentary work. I don't know what the right word is for it, but like
it was a really like well structured docuseries.
Yeah,
which
I love their like animations. They're like so creepy. Like, I also really like Worst Roommate Ever, which they also make. I really like those stories as well. So the whole Blumhouse. That's what I think. That's why it's so interesting. Blumhouse make horror movies.
Oh.
So.
Because they were very good at like heightening,
making you be like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, and I'm scared. That like, woman whose ex tried to frame her and put her in jail for 20 years. That will be adapted.
Yeah. 100%.
That will be adapted because that story is nuts.
Wild. Like, honestly wild.
What were your bops? My
bops. So I had a few. I will start off with some of the similar ones to you. So definitely Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The fact that was in January.
I know. It feels 15 years ago.
So long ago. I was Googling like shows of 2024 and like I think maybe in 2025 I think I need to start writing down the shows I'm watching because it really helps with like
use IMDb.
Yeah,
guys.
Is there a way that you can actually add?
You can rate the shows that you watch, and then it keeps a log of everything you've rated. That way you know what you watch.
That's a good shout. Yeah, I mean we do this on the pod for like our ratings, helpful. But like that I was literally having to be like, what have I watched this year? But Mr. and Mrs. Smith is still to me I think the best thing I've watched the whole year. In terms of the drama, the comedy, the dynamic, the fact that it was so... I know we talked about it in 2023 and I was not like that excited about it as much. I didn't think it was going to work as well, especially with Donald Glover being like the quote unquote Brad Pitt character, which we realised wasn't the case at all. And the dynamic between like both characters I think was like... It was really special and I really enjoyed that. One Day is definitely up there. Someone who read this book 15 years ago. It's really... I fell in love with their characters and I fell in love with their love. And yeah, it was really special to see it on screen. Like, of course, like, what's his name? Neil Woodall was not like the person I imagined as Dex, but I loved Ambika Mod in her role.
Who was Dex?
In my head, it wasn't him.
So who was Dex?
It was just an imaginary guy that I had in my head.
What do you look like?
Tall, dark, and handsome. Not Idris Elba.
It's David Tennant. This girl is obsessed.
Shut up! It's definitely not that.
They went in Scotland. You were like David Tennant.
It really wasn't that. It really wasn't. It wasn't that at all.
What's crazy is that the person who was supposed to be that character was probably David Nichols.
Yeah.
Picture of David Nichols. God, that's who he was about.
Yeah, it was written about him, isn't it? But yeah,
everyone's sort of writing from their own perspective, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, the best material is your own life. So,
who's next?
So yeah, that was really enjoyable. Oh, okay. I'm looking at David Nichols at 58. Could have looked nice when he was 18. So yeah, that was really enjoyable. I also really liked watching Nobody Wants This.
Okay.
Which was with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. It was I think it was a really sweet story, and I binged it really quickly.
Lots of people said they did that.
Yeah. It was such an easy watch, and I think, you know what, it really filled the gap in terms of like romantic comedy, chick flicky vibe type of show that I don't feel like Netflix has not really landed as well. The last time they landed it was with like Love, but that was years ago. It's been such a long time, and I think that's what Nobody Wants This did in terms of like filling that gap. The characters were a bit older. It touched on religion, which, you know, in terms of like a plot around like the barriers to love, religion isn't always talked about as much, especially not the Jewish faith, and I felt like I learned a little bit about it. There were some things I was like, is this what happens in terms of Judaism? And I did research as I was watching the show, so I found it really insightful, and I'm excited it's coming back for series 2. I don't know where it's going to go, but I loved that kind of vibe, and this is the type of show that I would binge, and I used to watch when it was on like cable TV with 22 episodes, or like things like the Mindy Project, or things like I don't know, like those type of kind of rom-commy type of series. So yeah, that was a really nice one to watch. I also watched Presumed Innocent on Apple TV,
So did I.
and that I really you're gonna put on your flop. I actually really
No, great. You finished your thing.
I really enjoyed it because I mean it was a slow start, and I like to be perfectly honest, I hadn't really been checking on Apple TV like that, but I had really great things about it, and I like continued watching, and you know, right at the end, you kind of it was a bit predictable, but I loved that throughout the series I kept on being like, is he innocent? Is he not? I know the series is called Presumed Innocent, so I knew that he probably was innocent. But I just loved the storytelling. I loved the pace of the show. And it was a really nice procedural, like an easy procedural. I think maybe this year for me, I've not really been about watching hard hitting dramas that are gonna like distract me massively. I think it was things that were been familiar, things that were easy to watch, and I really enjoyed Presumed Innocent for that. What were you gonna say on that?
I watched Presumed Innocent as well. It wasn't a massive flop to me, but the ending was crazy.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it for those people that will watch it.
Yeah.
I found it really slow. It's obviously it's based on a film, and I think the premise works for like an hour and a half. It's much harder, I think, to sustain like 10 episodes worth of like, did he do it? Did he not? Did he do it? Did he not? Did he do it? Did it not? I was like, well, he's gonna not. There's no way he's done it, because if we get to the end of this and he's done it, we're all gonna be really annoyed. So I think it was like, I don't know. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I guess I was. A part of me also while watching it was like, this will not deliver on the, like, this can't deliver on the premise in a satisfying way.
Yeah.
Because it's too small a premise.
Yeah.
But I found, like, I love Ruth Negga. I think she's there's like just something so enticing about her, and her character is so, like, I was like, it's her. It's gonna be her, isn't it? Like, there's something just a little
spoiler
bit
alert,
off
spoiler
about her.
alert.
I mean,
Who knows?
Yeah, literally, who knows? Yeah. I don't know why. This is a really small thing. I didn't buy Jake Gyllenhaal was of an age to have a family like that. Like, in my head, I was like, I don't buy that this is, you would have kids this old.
But that's exactly how I felt about Aidan Turner in Rivals.
And I agree.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's something weird about him having college age kids. Like, maybe it's that thing of like, in real life, you probably could have kids this old, but I've never seen you have kids this old on TV, right?
True.
I've never even seen you in films where you have kids. Period.
Does he even have kids today? Like in real life, I don't even know.
Doesn't.
But also, I think it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. But the whole age thing with men is like, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is probably in his 40s.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, probably in his 40s. So, if you're assuming that he started having his kids when he was like early 20s, that is a bit of a hard stretch.
I think it's about the way that he presents on camera, in the kind of roles that he takes.
Yeah.
We've never seen him playing a family man, let alone a family man with teenage kids. It just felt very like...
yeah, like he needs to look a bit more like daddy. No, not daddy.
He needs to look about a little
Zaddy.
Yeah.
Zaddy.
I also found his character really unlikable.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point, right? Because if you liked him, you would just be like, I don't believe he could have done this. There's a part of him that you're like, maybe he did do this.
Yeah, you kind of... He's like the whole anti-hero type of thing. You don't know if you want to root for him or not root for him.
Which is really interesting because Apple previously didn't want to make anything that was ambiguously good or evil.
Oh, really?
Like, they wanted you to be able to say, you got to the end of this and this was a good guy, this is a bad guy. So I found... the advent of that show, and I think the shows that have come after it this year are moving more into this space of ambiguity, which they said they didn't want to do. But like, maybe that was Disney. It was either Apple or Disney, I can't remember. Having a bit more of a morality thing about the stuff that they're making, which is interesting because I think other channels don't even really give a heck about stuff like that, as long as it's not like glorifying crime in some way. You can basically say and do whatever you want on the internet.
Yeah.
But do you have any more bops?
Yeah, I have a few actually. So actually following on from Presumed Innocent, in the summer there was also a show called Unreasonable Doubt, which is series 2, which is on Disney Plus. I watched series 1. It's cool. I love it. It's got a strong black cast. It's got a predominantly black cast. it's about a woman who is a lawyer, and each season seems to, in this case, after seeing series 2, it seems like each season it follows like a big case, but also like the potential breakdown in her marriage with her husband. In series 2, there's potential reconciliation. And this series was like released on a weekly drop, and I found myself every week like actually looking forward to going to watch it, even though it's like, it's not the most hard hitting show. I think the early episodes had like a kind of a similar pace to Presumed Innocent, if you feel it was quite slow. And there's definitely one actress who is like, she's the one that's on trial and plays the best friend of the main lawyer, who I don't think she can act as well. But I really enjoyed the series, and when it got to the end, like I was almost happy about the outcome, happy about the ending, and I actually wanted to see them come back for series 3, which they've been renewed for. And I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it, because I definitely felt, oh, this is going to be a nice filler show, because in the summer it's a quieter TV season, but I really enjoyed it, and that's definitely felt like a bop for me, because it felt like a lot of these shows, they just fill in gaps of things that feel warm and nostalgic and easy to watch, and that's what I really enjoyed it. The other ones are Worst Sex Ever, you've already mentioned, Baby Reindeer, which I know is controversial to put on this list, but again, I will say it, as I said it when we reviewed it, I think it's the best show that's come out of Netflix in the UK, in terms of the type of the drama, the thriller, the story, which I know is heavily based on a true life story. It's not a show that I don't think I will rewatch again, if I'll be honest, but it's definitely something that I think really changed the zeitgeist, created more conversation about the themes of sexual assault, male sexual assault.
I mean, did it?
I think it did. Well, there was basically, they said that a charity said that they saw an increase in reporting of male sexual assault.
That's good.
Yeah, or male victims from sexual assault.
I mean, they don't try any of those sexual assault cases, so
it's a bigger, But I just really feel like, in terms of a show that has been significant this year, and definitely the most memorable, definitely Baby Reindeer for me. And then the last couple is a documentary that I really enjoyed. It was so random. It was about the WWE. It's called Mr. McMahon.
I watched that.
Yeah. So my siblings were absolutely obsessed with WWE growing up. And I watched it with them from time to time, but I never really understood a lot about it. And we always had the discussion like, it's fake, or it's just like entertainment, quote unquote. But I really enjoyed getting to like behind the scenes, which a lot of these like follow documentary style shows do. But then the fact that they couldn't even have the final interview with the guy, Mr. McMahon, because he was then charged, or there were accusations of sexual assault and just a whole myriad of things that came against him. There's a lot of drama, let's just say, with this series, but I really enjoyed just being like immersed in this world and learning a lot more about behind the scenes. And then I would say that I have a whole little collection of, well, two main things. I had a whole collection of things like throwbacks. I just wrote them as throwbacks because I watched a lot of nostalgia TV that I really enjoyed.
No, this has to be a bop from this year.
Okay, so I can't talk
about... you can't.
I can't talk about Ted Lasso.
You can't talk about Ted Lasso. You can't talk about Ted Lasso.
Because you've been telling me so much, like, you need to watch Ted Lasso, and then this is the year I actually rewatched.
Well, you should have
I
told
watched
me
it
that
full
you
time.
watched it.
I watched the whole thing. Okay, anyway. Okay.
We'll talk about that later now.
All right. This is my second collection. I feel like I did that last year and you said the same thing.
Yeah, you can't talk about
I can't watch
it.
Okay, you're right. All right. The other thing, well, I'm happy that Ted Lasso is coming back for a series 4, so we can talk about it then. Okay? The only other thing I was going to say, because it's going to link to my flops of the year, I really struggled with reality dating shows this year. And if you would have asked me any year before, or anytime before, I would tell you, like, in terms of the type of shows I watch, I will sit down and watch like any dating show because it's guilty TV, it's easy to watch, there's drama, there's romance, I'm here for it. But I really, really struggled this year with it because we talked about it with the ultimatum. It just, there was so much toxicity and not enough romance to keep you engaged or interested. And I felt that with some of the other shows. But what I feel like I fell in love with was watching old people fall in love. So I put Golden Bachelorette.
Did it come out this year?
It came out this year.
Golden
Bachelor came out.
He doesn't understand the rules.
I do. Golden Bachelor came out last year. Golden Bachelorette came out this year, and I think I even preferred the Golden Bachelorette this year because it showed all these like older men, like fathers, grandfathers, men who have like who are looking for their second chance of love, and seeing how like emotional and how heartwarming their stories were and how they were so willing to be vulnerable. I'm telling you, it really brought some hope because it was getting dire.
So we got to wait till we're 60.
That's what also is kind of scary, but like I enjoy I just enjoyed watching a dating show about people trying to find love but who actually want to find love. I think that's regardless of their age, that was the key thing I felt really excited about when I watched it. And then on that, the later daters, which were again about people who enjoyed falling in love at a later age, but also I loved that it was realistic because some of this nonsense that you saw in the other younger dating shows, you're still seen in later daters. But one of my favorite moments was this woman. Her name was. She was like the beautiful black woman with the bob.
Okay.
Her, yeah. She was on this date with this guy who was like, I like ghetto women. I like women who do this.
Oh.
Yeah, he was just talking a lot of rubbish. And she went to the loo, she came back and said, oh, my Uber's here, and dipped. And I said, about damn time people just leave when you are in a date that is not working. Just dip.
Do you remember the show Dating Around?
Yes, that was interesting.
Cancel that.
That was such a great premise.
I love
such a great premise. So yeah, those are my bops for the year. I know I could dig deeper, but like, yeah, to me, I think this is the year where I just want to watch easy comfort TV. I feel like I always say that every year, but I think this year more than ever, I just wanted easy shows, and these were the ones where I felt like I could easily go in. It didn't require too much headspace. But in the same breath, to your point, or maybe you said it off the pod, I don't feel like this was the greatest year of TV. No. Like we didn't have our Succession, we didn't have our Game of Thrones moment.
I think quite notably, neither one of us has mentioned The Bear in our book.
Oh yeah, because that's and that
came out this year.
Yeah,
I just think it's been a really. I was going to say mediocre. I actually think it's worse than that. I think it's been a bad year for TV, and the things that are bops right now maybe were only bops because everything else was so mid.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. You want your show to come out and be a bop in a year full of flops, but like it is so telling that one of the best shows we watched this year was in Jan.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's so true. Like, and I was talking to my old boss about this, and he said something similar. Like, I was like, there's something really like big. There's no landmark TV, this year like we've had in previous years. And I think if you think about the past couple of years, the TV industry has gone through some seismic changes and also been rocked a bit. The strike, I think, is the biggest indicator of that. You had the strikes with the writer strike, the director strike, and I think a lot of production was on standstill. And I think this year has seen some of those shows come back. And I think I'm very hopeful that in 2025 and potentially 26 is when we're going to see maybe the big landmark shows coming back into the forefront. But this year has definitely been, or 2024 has definitely been kind of like a mid. That's the best way to describe the year. Mid.
Yeah, I think TV has become incredibly expensive to make. Yeah. And commissioners are taking less risks. And the things they're not taking risks on are garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a TV show has to be expensive to be good.
Yeah.
But in order for you to hire the right team, you do have to spend money.
Yeah.
And if people are trying to look for production value on screen, you are taking that money away from production value behind the screen. And that's why you end up with these shows that seem like, you know, some AI wrote it, or like they ran out of energy 2 episodes in, or the premise actually only lasts 1 episode and the rest of it's just a completely different show. Like, it's across the board a lack of imagination. And also, if we continue with this, TV shows being 1 million an episode, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. So people talk about Superstar costs 20 mil to make. Like, you're making it so we won't get the shows that are good and cheap. Actually, The Bear can't be that expensive.
No.
So if they can make a show that's set almost entirely in one location, that wins a bunch of awards, why do we need to spend 20 mil on every single show we're making? Baby Reindeer, there's no way that cost you 20 mil to make.
Absolutely
so
not.
The success of that, for whatever you feel about that show, the success of that is a reminder that stories don't need to be, oh, we're going to travel to Prague, we're going to travel here. Like, it's great that Mr. and Mrs. Smith got to do that, but they got to do that on a budget that Amazon was happy to spend. Right? They don't make anything else.
They don't.
Anything.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I mean, like, Apple are happy to spend money, and I think they're starting to be like, okay,
we're gonna tighten out, because also people are not watching the shows because you're not marketing it.
You know,
put the money in your marketing.
Like, I think you're just in a similar way to the idea that people just wanted iPods. They just woke up and were like, we want iPods. You don't need to market iPods to us. You think that people want TV. TV's already a saturated market. Like, it's not the same. Anyway.
Yeah. What's your flops?
My actual... Obviously, we've talked about dating shows and they're all in the toilet, but my actual flop of this year was Eric.
Oh,
I think Eric is a perfect distillation of everything I think that's wrong with TV at the moment. Overblown. Premise was way too small to sustain itself. Thematically ended up being quite homophobic.
Yeah.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch was there. Gave literally nothing memorable to that performance. I think the fun thing about the puppet stopped being fun after episode 2. I mean, like, the whole thing was just like, what an expensive waste of time. Made by an entirely British production company, by a British writer, starring a British man, about New York in the 80s. I get it, we can all read books, right? We can all do research, we can all have consultants, but like, the grit and the stuff, the DNA is just not there. It felt like someone's idea of what New York looked like, and you could say, oh, but that's the point, because obviously it's about a TV show, a TV creator, and making a blah blah blah. It didn't come together. The whole thing just didn't come together. The son's journey to what he, like, the crime in the past, like, this, the whole thing, it pissed me off. It really did. I just don't even understand why it was commissioned. I don't know. And that was a UK commission.
Yeah, I think it was commissioned because of the writer. Like, let's be honest. I think it's the writer and the creative team behind it. That's the reason why.
I think she's a great writer, usually. I wouldn't have picked this up. Yeah. I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch has the visual currency that he used to have either. So there's something about expecting people to be drawn to sit down to watch. What do you think people think about this man? Because I don't think 1980s New York guy, like, I don't know.
That's not. Maybe it's because it's like, oh, he's come from Marvel where he is playing an American, like, Mr. What's it called?
I don't give a heck.
What, Doctor Strange.
People are not watching Doctor Strange because he's doing American accent.
Yeah, and let's be for real. The same audience as watching Doctor Strange is not the same audience as watching Eric.
The only thing that I enjoyed about that show is that we got to see Caroline from Girls.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, she was really nice.
Go off, Caroline.
Yeah, and the guy who played the detective was really good as well.
He was great.
He was really good. But I'm perfectly honest, I didn't even put that in my bop or my flop because it was so forgettable.
Delete Jonathan Majors, put that guy in.
Yeah. Like
they're doing with the guy from Croydon.
I do think. Oh, Aaron Pierre. Do you know what? He looks dangerous. Do you know what? Because I just feel like not in anything.
What do you mean by that?
Not anything in any racial way.
Racial.
I'm just saying that, you know, men that are attractive and know they're attractive.
That man is so handsome. It's actually,
that's what I mean. It's dangerous.
Painful to look at.
It is. Look at his eyes.
You're like, oh.
His voice.
Oh, you look at
his height. Oh.
Skin.
His lips. What?
I said no.
And then he's from our neck of the woods.
I said that's crazy. And you was just living in the regular world,
regular,
going to the shops, looking like that.
Can you imagine him on his rough day? If I saw him down the street in Croydon,
nah.
I don't think I would look twice, but like, no, I would.
If
I would. I would.
Shop and I turned to my left and someone looked like that,
I'd be like, oh.
In Morrison's.
I'll be honest.
In Morrison's on a Saturday.
Do you know what would get
3
me?
p.m.
It's the voice. The voice would finish me. I'm so sorry.
No, men don't look like that.
No,
that's
don't.
why I'm able to live my regular life.
But
if that's what men look like all the time, I would go back on everything I said today. I'd be like, do you know what it is? It is what it is.
It is what it is. But also, have you seen his family?
Yeah.
The Mufasa premiere? It's in the genes.
Someone said that.
It's in the genes.
This looks like a evil family in Empire. Yeah.
Oh my god, bring British Empire.
This is the
cast the whole family
in a Tyler Perry film for sure.
Because they are all beautiful. From mum, dad, siblings.
I thought he was mixed race. Did they show the family?
Oh no, mixed race. I mean, they're all light skinned, right?
Yeah, but he's not mixed race then, is he?
But okay, question.
Let's leave it. I didn't get
let's not do it. Let's not do it because yeah. But yeah, what was that? How did we get Sarah Pierre?
Oh, I said swap the dude.
Yeah, for Jonathan
Majors.
Yeah. So yeah, Eric was really unforgettable. So I 100% agree with that. Like that could easily have put into the flop.
When I was putting my list together, I was like, oh, actually, I have another flop.
Go on.
Big Mood. I'll give you a minute.
Yeah, with the girl from
yeah. That's one too. I
just thought of another one.
So basically when I put my list together, I was just looking at all the things that from my IMDb thing that I watched, and I literally was like, oh yeah, that was this year.
Yeah.
Then I remembered it and I was like, it was such a shame. And obviously we reviewed this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. We reviewed Eric as well, so to get my full thoughts on Eric, watch that.
Yeah.
Listen to that rather. But it just didn't hit. And on that, I'm trying to figure out, like, lots of you had to not be doing your jobs.
Yeah.
Because the scripts came in, the scripts were read by the production team, the scripts were then sent to the commissioner who then read it, and they all went, this is hella funny.
Yeah.
This is hella funny. Let's put this on TV.
Yeah. Big Mood, as we know, once you listen to the review, I didn't finish. I'm so sorry to that man. I couldn't finish it because I agree with you. For the episodes I watched, I know you told me not to judge. Don't judge a show without finishing it.
No,
but it wasn't good enough for me to want to finish it. How about that? I'm sorry. Let's move on. Okay, sorry, you had another flop.
I think those are my two flops. Like, everything else was mid. I just wasn't. I wasn't moved by it. We watched The Gentleman. We watched, what else? Fool Me Once. Like, they were okay. They didn't hurt my feelings in the way that these other shows hurt my feelings.
Yeah. For me, I think I have a lot of my flops are more disappointments. Mm-hmm. So as I mentioned before, like The Ultimatum, as I mentioned before, reality dating shows in general as a whole, like genre, apart from the older ones, were real disappointments this year. And I think it was just a fatigue that I had of them, and I think that led to the disappointments and led to them being like flops. Some special shout outs: Ultimatum Series 3, which we just reviewed. Love is Blind. I think the most recent series of Love is Blind. Actually, no, they had some hilarious moments, but just for all the wrong reasons. Was there another Love is Blind earlier in the year?
I don't know.
I think there was. I just think it wasn't a great year for reality dating shows. Sorry, Maths UK. Like, it gave the drama, but I viscerally was annoyed and frustrated. I loved it because it gave me a routine, but I didn't love it towards the end because I was like, I cannot stand any character on this show because they're all characters. So it was more disappointments of this series, of just the year of dating shows, and the fact that it was really impacting my view of dating, and I think that's why it felt like a bit of a flop for the year. We've definitely had years where, like, we are talking about those shows. Those shows are in our references. They're in our tops of the year. It just really wasn't. The one that I didn't really enjoy, and I know you recommended it to me, Mr. Loverman.
I haven't finished that.
Oh.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, so
yeah,
you can say your thoughts, but I will finish it. I won't plan to finish it this holiday.
Okay.
Maybe I'll finish it in time for the next time I see you.
Yeah, okay. That's not. I would say, for me, I got the first episode, I got the premise, I understood. So for reference, Mr. Loverman is about an older, I was gonna say, it's about an older for reference, Mr. Loverman is about an older Jamaican man who's with his wife, but we discover is
They're
gay.
not Jamaican.
Oh shit. Sorry. Okay, Mr. Loverman is a series that stars Lenny James, who is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, he's great.
So good.
So charming.
It's about an Antiguan-born Londoner called Barrington, and follows him as his marriage collapses after a decade-long affair with his male best friend is revealed. And we learn about like his sexuality and how he's hidden it.
Pause. That is not what the series is about.
God, Wikipedia's lied to me.
Yeah, because that makes it sound like the affairs are revealed at the top of the series. It's not even, is it?
We found out at the beginning.
No,
okay.
we find out.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows.
Yeah. So
the entire arc of the series is, are you going to tell your family about me?
Yeah. Also, big flop. This is not a Mr. Loverman. Big flop is always going to be BBC iPlayer. Because, again, when I started watching it, what I end up doing? End up watching the final episode.
Damn.
So, for me...
It was backwards.
It's so backwards.
You were just like, what's going on?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, he's revealed that he's gay. Oh, yeah.
End of the show.
End of the show. So why does this feel like it's the end of the show? Not to come to find out. It was the finale.
Yeah, it was the finale.
It was. I felt like such an idiot, but I went back and watched the rest.
But that will have coloured. That will have coloured your
So that's the thing. But I think why I felt was a bit of disappointment. I think it was the production value.
It looked
so cheap.
I agree.
And I was like, for these amazing...
It looks like a daytime soap. It looks like an episode of Doctors.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, I'm not going to lie,
agree with you.
for these incredible actors like Lenny James and the other woman, I can't remember, she was in EastEnders.
She was briefly.
Yeah. Like, the production value needs to go up. I was so disappointed. There was a scene where they like in a club... No, in a party, and everything looked like it was just like a set, like a real like.
There was a scene where like early on the daughter and Barrington and his best friend are like at a cafe, and it just looked so empty. I don't know if it's like director shot like decision to shoot everything in like wide so you can see how empty the space looks. Like, this doesn't look like a shot like you would use in the centre of London. Like, what London are you talking about?
Anyway, so for me,
apart from that,
I think that was my biggest flop, like point. Mm-hmm. The story is really interesting, but BBC iPlayer is a flop. Production value is a flop. I think it's all related to what BBC, and actually it's related to BBC's lack of money to invest in it. Because had they invested in the iPlayer, I would be able to watch something from chronological order. And two, if you actually invest in your show, it wouldn't look like so cut and paste and
I think it's more than just the budget, because
and the story
just doesn't look like that.
No, it doesn't. No,
so and
it's true.
Their dramas are the same length, so something's not. The maths is not maths.
And I also don't feel like it had as much layers. Like after you find out, he's like struggling with this, like him coming out. Like the story doesn't move.
I think Mr. Loverman is a novella, by the way. I don't think it's a full novel.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Well, we can double check later, but I think there isn't the thing that they're adapting is a moment in time.
Yeah. But and it felt like that.
Yeah.
And the stretch for the episodes it had, it just didn't need to have that.
Yeah, I think I got to episode 3 and I was like, why are we still talking about this?
Exactly.
And then obviously I'm on 4, I'm midway through 4, which is like from the wife's perspective, and I'm intrigued to see the rest of it, because a friend of mine said that he really, it was episode 4 that really grabbed him. He was like, oh yeah, the sacrifices that women make, and I was like, your husband's gay. you probably knew your husband was gay.
The Nile's a river in
Literally.
Egypt.
I feel like, I said this to him, I was like, the older I get, the more I'm like, you know when a man likes you.
Yeah.
And that man could not get away from you faster.
Yeah.
That man don't like you.
No,
it's not that
he was
cheating.
angry.
He doesn't like
you. He was angry at
women.
everyone. Yeah. So yeah, that was a level of disappointment. And then the only other one I'm gonna mention, because I think there's one I want to mention, but I need to think about why I want to put it. One was Supercell. The first 3 episodes of Supercell could go in the bin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Damn.
Literally,
So the whole we're not talking about the first 3 episodes of a show. Is the show going in the bin or not?
No, it's not. Okay, let me scratch that. Okay, then the show I was gonna put back in, Queenie.
Damn. Okay, yeah.
I'm so sorry because I just was disappointed. Like Channel 4 pumped so much money into that marketing. I was excited.
And it wasn't on the screen.
No, I was so excited to see the show because I've not read the book, but I'm a fan of Candice Carty-Williams. I've met her. I feel like she is exciting to have a voice like hers in the industry. But again, this show demonstrated that not all authors are story. Not all script writers. This show demonstrated, as we've talked about before, bar one day. Sorry, that not all authors are script writers because the dialogue was weak, the story didn't land. It just felt, it didn't feel cheap, but it just didn't. It didn't have the elevation that it was promoting to me personally.
I think that Queenie and Mr. Loverman had a similar problem.
Yeah.
The voiceover.
Yes.
It's
a good show.
What's the word I'm trying to... It makes the whole thing feel immature. I don't know why, but there's something very CBBC about a voiceover in a show.
Which is crazy because, as someone who... I'm not talking about shows from the past, but I love Sex and the City. Yeah. Sex and the City, actually, the first couple of seasons worked so well because of that voiceover.
I think the voiceover needs to be doing something that you can't get from the scene.
Yeah.
And the voiceover in Mr. Loverman, sometimes it's perfect. It's funny. Yeah. There's a Drake's in there. Yes, I understand why I'm not getting this in this scene because he's not himself in this scene.
Yeah.
There is no reason why Queenie can't say the stuff that she's thinking. Yeah. Especially when it's going to the gynecologist sucks. I'm at the gynecologist.
Yeah. It just, why do we need it? We don't need it.
Or just, if you're going to have that scene happen, have no one else speak in that scene.
Yeah.
Just have it happen entirely in her head.
True.
I just feel like it's very interesting.
So for me...
I agree with that one. That one was disappointing because it had been so long in the making.
Yeah.
Baby Reindeer, Queenie, Chaos, they all belong to the same, tranche of projects that got commissioned in 2019 and then just obviously got halted by COVID.
Yeah.
And so with all of that anticipation, I'm gonna... Chaos is going to be part of my winter viewing, but Queenie did not live up to the hype.
Not at all. And even
Chaos got cancelled.
I was going to say, out of the 3 shows,
Supercell as well was one of those shows that got commissioned in 2019 as well.
Yeah.
That did well for
what it needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then my honorary mention of, it's not a flop, but going back to my premise, the way I was grading flops for me was just disappointment. My honorary mention is The Bear. And I hate to say this.
Yeah, I support this one as well.
I hate to say it because The Bear has been in our top for the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I've never, I cannot believe after episode 1 I was sitting there going, what is this? Apart from some glimmer of hope that we have for series 4 with
they're gonna fuck this up.
No, with what's her name? Not Carmi. Sid and Will Poulter's character.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, him.
Looks like
that dude. We've already written the story in our heads.
Harry?
Please.
Liam? God. Don't look it up.
Yeah, anyway. We'll wait anyway. That is our glimmering hope for series 4, but I think I felt so disappointed in terms of the pace, in terms of dragging the story It did
flop.
It for us bear lovers We did have a fan base name, but like it just didn't live up to the hype. So that's my flops of 2024.
I support it. Can I mention some film flops?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Deliverance.
Didn't watch that.
Crazy.
Wait, is that the what? Who was in it?
Glenn Close.
Yeah, you know what? It's not. Is it horror?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on my list. It will never be on my list.
It Ends With Us.
Oh my gosh.
We watched that this year.
We did. Why did I not put this on the 100%?
This year.
100%. 100%. I agree with you.
I put Mea Culpa on the list, but I actually want to take her off because the experience of watching it was actually so funny that I don't think it was a flop. I did laugh.
It's one of our most listened episodes
really?
of our
Mea
review.
Culpa?
When we talked about Mea Culpa and I think Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Old dude's ass in that paint. I will never forget that. That's in my head.
That ass is as memorable as Insecure, Daniel and Issa's first sex scene.
I don't remember that.
Bruh.
So
that was one of our girlies' most memorable scenes.
Well, some people love a memorable scene, don't
they do.
Scoop. Waste of time.
Oh god, yes.
Time, waste of energy.
Oh my god. Go and watch the real life interview.
And then finally, I actually think this is my number one flop.
Go on.
This Is Me Now. That was this year. That's how long this bloody year has been.
Now.
J-Lo went from the worst person on the planet to the best person on the planet in the same year. Ben Affleck is back with a different Jennifer. Potentially. Question mark is what people were saying.
Wait, you mean ex-wife?
Yeah.
Bruh.
There was a picture of them on Thanksgiving walking down the street cuddling up.
Whoa.
Like, their family is not weird.
What the heck?
What a train wreck.
What an abs. Jennifer has gone through it. I mean, we went through our emoticons. Her ones we dumpster fire times 3.
White man
heartbreak. I mean, what else can you even say?
And then Palestinian flag.
Bruh. Oh god.
Dollars.
And then what is something to represent This Is Me Now?
Rose petal.
And an empty arena.
She's been through it. Listen, sometimes when you decide to be, this is the lesson of the whole year. This is what we're sending you out on. Stop dating men. It will ruin your life. It's going to ruin the tour. Yeah. Quite literally.
But then what about the world tour?
This is going to ruin the tour. Yeah. That is exactly what happened. Across the board on the dating shows, all of you guys need to go. I mean, her film was about her being in therapy, so therapy is not even what she needs to stop dating men. Yeah, she needs to take an actual break. Just be single for a hot minute. A hot minute. Honestly, learn about yourself. Figure out what it is you're looking for in another person. Yeah. Figure out what it is that you can't give yourself. It's not every day. It needs to be J-Lo and X, Shoshanna and X, Marnie and X. No, sometimes it can just be money. Money's coming. Oh, exactly. No +1, honey. Just money. Just be. It's not every day. What? You're dragging somebody's son up and down the street who doesn't want to go with you nowhere. Just be like, this is me. Full stop. Yeah, literally, this is me now. It's me now. Just me. Because this is me became this is Ben. Now. The Lover Girls, they've been through it. They've been through it. Lover Girls and Woo Woo Girls. Bruh. Girls. Well, let's not forget our girlie from Love Is Blind UK still up. Oh yeah, she is. So the Woo Woo Girls are okay. Maybe it's the Lover Girls. It's the Lover Girls. So the Lover Girls, you need to decide what you want to be. You're either going to go into the Woo Woo or become Black Cats. You need to become a Black Cat. Honestly. I really do. I really. This definitely. And Jerry needs to be like, Ben who? Yeah. Never heard of him. I need a lot of girls to stand up from 2025. 2025 is the year we all stand up. Okay? Stand up. If a man's messing you around, go and call your Uber and stand up and leave. Stop the standing up. Sit down. No, but sit down in your house. Yeah. Sit down in your house. Some of these girls when your friend calls you, hey girl, come to the club. Sit down. No. I know what's in the club and it's not for me. No. End the chat. Yeah. Open Netflix. And open the Bible. Rage watch Eric. Comment on TV. Yeah. That's what you need to be doing. Yeah. Stay in the house, watch TV. Listen to reviews. Yeah. It's not every single day. No. Man this, man that. I just don't get it. Like, I've been alive for a good chunk of years now, and the centering men in your life still doesn't. It's not making sense to me.
I've not seen that work well.
I can't even imagine being married and centering my husband in that way. No. Centering, my world revolves around world revolves around the Lord.
Thank you. Amen. Hallelujah.
And the Lord is your banks.
No. No, I'm not there. I'm not aiming. I'm not aiming in that. I'm not aiming in that. But yeah, okay. Well, this has been an interesting year, to say the least, and we're very, very grateful that we're able to wave goodbye to it. So long, farewell. We do not want to say see you again. Good night. But I do want to wish everyone a happy new year. And we will be...
Do you think the lyric is so long, farewell, see you again,
no,
and good night?
No. You know, it's Auf Wiedersehen means I'll see you again. To see you again.
You said goodbye.
So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen.
I thought that was goodbye.
Yeah, but also Auf Wiedersehen means to see you again, I think.
Work.
The same way that au revoir means see you again. Let me just double check before I get it wrong. Because also Auf Wiedersehen just means goodbye, but I think when you actually translate it, it means to see you again. The same with au revoir. I shouldn't be wasting our time doing this. But if I'm wrong, German girls, collect me.
Get her.
Yeah.
Get her.
Yeah. How do you say
get me?
Yeah, get me here? How do you say get me? Anyway, you know what to do. So,
Family Bush.
Yeah, no, wrong language. But then next time we're gonna be talking about our predictions. No, the shows that we're excited about for 2025.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's gonna be our first one or one of the first ones of the new year. So we're gonna tell you about what we are excited about, or what we've been watching over the Christmas period.
Yeah, let's do that as well.
We'll do a mix of that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll speak to you soon. I'll be in Brazil. No, I won't be by that point.
Earlier she said South America, now she's saying Brazil. Do you see what she's doing? Do you see what she's doing, listeners? Do you see what I can put up with, lads? It's crazy.
Anyway, this has been Scripts and Giggles with Shoshanna
And Marnie.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, 2024. Peace.